Hello everyone. In this video, we'll solve exercise 1.3 sums from 6 to 10. In this exercise we have been seeing all the sums are about properties of rational numbers. So we have checked in the previous videos, in the previous sums, we have checked for closure, commutative, associative and identity element. Now in this we'll check the inverse property. Let us read the question. Verify the additive and multiplicative inverse property for the rational numbers minus 7 by 17 and 17 by 27. So first we'll check the additive inverse for both the numbers. Okay. So the first number is minus 7 by 17. What is additive inverse? Additive inverse is obtained by or is got by changing the sign of the number. So additive inverse of minus 7 by 17 is plus 7 by 17. So minus 7 by 17 and the additive inverse is plus 7 by 17. Just the same rational number. If it is negative, it becomes positive. If it is positive, it will become negative. And how to check the inverse property? When you add a rational number to its additive inverse, your answer should be 0, which is the identity element of addition. That is what we checked in the question number 5. So when you add a rational number to its additive inverse, your answer should be 0. Then the property is true. Now let us add now. For both the 17s, let us have 117 and add the new, because the denominators are same. So no need to find LCM. Add only the numerators. Numerators minus 7 plus 7. Signs are different. Subtract and put the sign of the greater number. 7 minus 7 is 0. 0 by 17 is what? 0 itself. So when you add the now given number to its additive inverse, your answer is 0. Or you add the additive inverse to the given number. Additive inverse is 7 by 17 and the given number is minus 7 by 17. However you add, your answer should be 0. So 17 is the LCM, numerator is 7 and change two signs into one sign, plus into minus minus 7. And what is 7 minus 7? It is 0. 0 by 17 is 0. So whether you add a number to its additive inverse and additive inverse is added to the number, answer is the identity element 0 we are getting. So additive inverse property is true for first number. Let us check the same thing for the second number. Now the number is 17 by 27. What is its additive inverse? If it is positive, additive inverse is negative, minus 17 by 27. And how to check? Add them. When you add them, your answer should be 0. So denominators are same, common denominator, numerator 17. Now two signs into one sign, plus into minus minus. 17 minus 17 is 0. 0 divided by 27 is again 0. Are we getting 0? When you add the number to its additive inverse, answer is 0. Now the other way around. What is additive inverse? You write the additive inverse first. Additive inverse is minus 17 by 27. Add to the given number. Given number is 17 by 27. So LCM, both are same. So numerator minus 17 plus 17. What is it? Signs are different. Subtract and put the sign of the greater number. That is 0 by 27 is 0. So whether you add a number to its additive inverse or additive inverse is added to the number, we get 0 as the answer. So additive inverse property is true for both the given numbers. Now let us check the multiplicative inverse property. Now for the same numbers, let us check the multiplicative inverse. What is multiplicative inverse? Is nothing but reciprocal. Multiplicative inverse of a rational number is nothing but the reciprocal. What is reciprocal? Reciprocal. Changing the numerator and interchanging the numerator and the denominator. So for minus 7 by 17, the multiplicative inverse is minus sign, no change in the sign. Only the denominator goes to the numerator and numerator comes to the denominator. Writing the rational number upside down, to put it simply. Okay, denominator to the numerator, numerator to the denominator. Then how to check the property? When you multiply them, your answer should be 1, which is the identity element of multiplication. When you're checking for addition, when you add them, answer should be 0. When you're checking for multiplication, when you multiply them, answer should be 1. Okay. Now it is multiplication. So we can cancel 7 ones are 7, 7 ones are 7. Both are 17. So 17 tables, two same numbers cancelled by the same number itself. So multiply the signs, minus into minus, I'll write it here down, minus into minus is plus, 1 ones are 1, by 1 ones are 1, and 1 into 1, 1. Now what shall we check? We'll check the multiplicative inverse by the given number. What is the given number? Multiplicative inverse is minus 17 by 7 into given number is minus 7 by 70. So, write it now. Cancel. 17 ones are 17 ones are. 7 ones are 7 ones are. Minus into minus is plus 1 by 1. 1 by 1 is 1. So, whether you multiply the given number by its multiplicative inverse or multiplicative inverse into that number gives the answer 1. So, multiplicative inverse property is true for this first number. Let us check for the second number. What it is? 17 by 27. What is its reciprocal? Reciprocal means what is its multiplicative inverse? 27 by 17. And what to do with these two numbers? We have to multiply them. When you multiply, your answer must be 1. Then only the property is true. So 17 ones are 17, 17 ones are 17. Both are same numbers. We can cancel by that number itself. 27 ones are 27 ones are. So numerator 1 into 1, 1, denominator 1 into 1, 1, 1 divided by 1 is also 1. When you multiply 2 ones also you get 1. When you divide 2 ones also you get 1. And what is the next? How to write the next second way of checking? Multiplicative inverse and the given number. So what is the multiplicative inverse? Just change this order. The first one, change the order. 27 by 7 is the multiplicative by 17. Multiplicative inverse. Into the given number is 17 by 27. And here also your answer should be 1. So 17 ones are 17. 17 ones are 17. Because it's multiplication. LCM is not needed. We are just cancelling. 27 ones are 27 ones are. 1 ones are 1. 1 ones are 1. And 1 by 1 is 1. So, however you multiply given number into the reciprocal into given number, your answer should be 1, which is the identity element of multiplication. Therefore, multiplicative inverse property is true. Okay, let's move on to the next question now. So, next question number 7 is objective type. Closure property is not true for division of rational numbers because of the number. We have studied this all in detail when doing properties and while doing sums also. Closure property is not true for division. We have studied closure property. See, it is there in the property itself. In division, A by B divided by C by D is not rational. For what property? For closure property is not true. Why it is not true? Because the denominator cannot be 0. Because division by 0 is not possible. So why the proper division is not true for closure? Because of the number 0. Because we cannot divide a number by 0. Okay, 0, option C. Now 1 by 2 minus 3 by 4 minus 5 by 6 is not equal to 1 by 2 minus 3 by 4 minus 5 by 6. Illustrates that subtraction does not satisfy the dash property for rational numbers. So which is the property? It is, we have regrouped the numbers for the three numbers. Numbers are same. Operation also same. But in the first one, second number, third number subtracted first, and in the right hand side, first and second number subtracted first. So what property is this? When you take three numbers and you regroup the numbers, the grouping is changed. This property is called, yes, associative property. Is not true for subtraction and division. It is true for only addition and multiplication. Now question number 9. Which of the following illustrates the inverse property? Just now we checked in the question number 6. Inverse property means, what is the additive inverse property of addition? That is, a number is added to its negative. The given number is 1 by 8. And what is the negative of 1 by 8? Is minus 1 by 8. So when 1 by 8 is added to minus 1 by 8, it becomes, answer is 0. 1 by 8 and minus 1 by 8 are the inverse of each other. This is positive, this is negative, and your answer should be 0. So this is the correct option. Now we'll check here. 1 by 8 is added to plus 1 by 8. They are not additive inverse. 1 by 8 is added to 0. This is the identity element property. When you add a number with 0, we get the same number. This is the additive, identity element of addition. Property is identity element. But we have to check for inverse property. And next one is subtraction. We are supposed to check for addition. This is subtraction. So, and this is not the answer. Option A is the correct answer, 1 by 8. And it is negative is minus 1 by 8. And the last one, 3 by 4 into 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 is equal to 3 by 4 into 1 by 3 by 4 into 1 by 2 minus 3 by 4 into 1 by 4. How it is got? 3 by 4 into 1 by 2. We can have brackets for our understanding. Minus 3 by 4 into 1 by 4. 3 by 4 into 1 by 4. And this minus sign is there. Illustrates that multiplication is distributive over. It is distributive property of multiplication over. What sign you have here? Subtraction. If you have plus, it is distributive property of multiplication over addition if you have plus here. When you have minus, it is distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So option B. 3 by 4 into 1 by 2 is the first bracket, minus outside. Then 3 by 4 into 1 by 4 is second one. So this is distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So with this exercise and this topic on rational numbers gets over. The next video we'll see about square numbers. Thank you for watching. Thank you all.